welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about a book I read last month. I actually listened to the audiobook version of it and it kind of stayed with me for a very long time. And that book is The Remains of the Day by Kazuo Ishiguro. So yeah, let's get to it. The Remains of the Day is a novel that delves into the themes of duty, loyalty, and the passage of time. Set in a post-World War II England, it follows the life of Stevens, an English butler who reflects on his past while on a journey across the English countryside. Stevens, the protagonist and narrator, is a dedicated butler who has spent most of his life in service to Lord Darlington. Lord Darlington is a British aristocrat. As Stevens embarks on a road trip to visit Miss Kenton, a former colleague of his, and probably the closest thing he has to a love interest, he reminisces his time working for Lord Darlington and reflects on the choices he made in the name of duty. Throughout the novel, Stevens struggles with the concept of dignity and what it means to be a great butler. He is unwavering in his commitment to professionalism, even at the expense of his own personal happiness. His devotion to his profession blinds him to the larger political and moral implications of Lord Darlington's actions, including his associations with Nazi sympathizers before and during the war. As Stevens travels, he becomes increasingly aware of his own limitations and the missed opportunities for connection and fulfillment in his personal life. Miss Kenton, who is now married and living a very different life, serves as a reminder of the sacrifices in the name of his profession. The novel explores the themes of longing and regrets as the protagonist grapples with the realization that he may have wasted his life serving a man whose morals he now questions. His journey becomes a form of some sort of quest for self-discovery as he confronts the choices he made and the person he has become. Through Stevens' introspection, the author paints a portrait of a man wrestling with the complexities of his own identity and the shifting social landscape of post-war England. The novel captures the nostalgia and melancholy of a bygone era, while also offering a subtle critique of the rigid class structures and social hierarchies that defined British society at the time. So let's start with that, class and social mobility. First and foremost, we have a subtle, compelling critique of the British social structures, the class system and the rigid hierarchies that defined the country in the mid-20th century. Through the character of Stevens, we get to see the complexities of class identity and the ways it shapes the individual's lives and relationships. By portraying the inner workings of a British estate through the eyes of a servant, the author challenges us to confront our own assumptions about privilege, power, and social mobility. Moreover, The Remains of the Day offers a significant exploration of the concept of dignity and what it means to live a meaningful life. I think that's something we all struggle with. The purpose of our lives, the meaning of our lives. Stevens' unwavering commitment to professionalism and his relentless pursuit of excellence as a butler serve as a powerful metaphor for the human quest for self-worth and validation. His small journey of self-discovery forces us to confront fundamental questions about the nature of identity and the pursuit of personal fulfillment in the face of societal expectations. So this leads us to a very obvious question. Is our job all that really matters? Is our professional excellence the only thing that gives meaning to our lives? I really hope the answer to that is no. The novel also holds a mirror up to the complexities of memory, the ways in which we construct our own narratives to make sense of the past. Through Stephen's reflections on his time in service to Lord Darlington and his interactions with Miss Kenton, the author highlights the fallibility of memory and the selective nature of personal recollection. In doing so, he underscores the inherent subjectivity of historical interpretation and the ways in which our understandings of the past is shaped by our own biases and perspectives. Stevens, for instance, was very loyal to Lord Darlington, and he barely questioned his master's affiliations and ethics, not even when he found himself disagreeing with him about firing the Jewish girls. Furthermore, I believe that The Remains of the Day is a very important book for its exploration of universal themes such as regret, longing, and the passage of time. Stephen's realization that he has wasted his life serving a man whose values he now questions is so real and, I might say, relatable. Wasting one's life is something very relatable. He wasted his life in the name of loyalty to his job, which is something I think many people can relate to. And he also never expressed his repressed longing for Miss Kenton, even when she gave him the chance to. The life of Stevens lets us reflect on our own choices and priorities and gives us this timeless message about the importance of seizing opportunities for connection and fulfillment. And it serves as a powerful reminder of the fragility and preciousness of life. Finally, I want to talk about Stevens. Stevens is a very sad character, and he kind of stayed with me for a very long time. And even though I have no idea what it was like to live in England before, during, and after the war, Stevens was, I don't know, a very, very relatable character, and he was a very, 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 very sad character. Stevens is a tragic figure whose life is marked by a profound sense of sadness and unfulfilled potential. Through his unwavering commitment to professionalism and his duties as a butler, Stevens sacrifices his own happiness and authentic connections in favor of upholding the ideals of service and dignity. His inability to live life fully in his rigid adherence to societal expectations and his reluctance to confront the complexities of his own emotions and desires. One of the primary reasons Stevens is a sad character is the deep-seated repression of his desires. Throughout the novel, he maintains a stoic facade, burying his emotions beneath a veneer of formality and reserve. His strict adherence to the protocols of his profession serves as a shield against the messiness of human relationships and the vulnerability of genuine connection. As a result, Stevens remains emotionally distant and isolated, unable to experience the full range of human emotions and human experiences, and unable to form meaningful connections with others. Moreover, Stevens' relentless pursuit of perfection in his profession as a butler comes at a steep cost. His single-minded focus on his responsibilities leaves little room for self-discovery and personal fulfillment. He sacrifices his own happiness in the name of service, dedicating himself wholeheartedly to the needs of his employer at the expense of his own well-being. In doing so, he denies himself the opportunity to go after the life he desires the opportunity to pursue his dreams and aspirations, resigning himself to a life of quiet desperation and unfulfilled longing. Stephen's sadness is also compounded by his inability to accept his mistakes and regrets. Throughout the novel, he grapples with feelings of guilt and also shame over his role in possibly enabling Lord Darlington and his misguided political pursuits. And let's not forget that he also didn't allow himself to grieve his father, and that's another reason to feel shame and guilt. Yet, rather than confronting this truths head on, these uncomfortable truths, Stephen kind of retreats into denial and probably self-delusion, clinging to a romanticized version of the past that absolves him of responsibility. His refusal to reckon with the consequences of his actions prevents him from achieving true self-awareness and redemption, which in turn traps him in a cycle of denial and regret. Additionally, we have a profound sense of loneliness and possibly alienation. Stevens remains fundamentally disconnected from other people, unable to create genuine connections. His interaction with Miss Canton, the only person in the novel who represents a potential source of companionship and understanding, their interactions are marked by missed opportunity and unspoken longing. His inability to express his true feelings for her leaves him trapped, perhaps, in a state of emotional paralysis, forever yearning for a connection that remains just out of reach. Ultimately, the Remains of the Day is a profound meditation on the passage of time, the enduring power of memory. The author's elegant prose and nuanced characterization makes it a timeless masterpiece. It's a novel that resonates with me long after I finished it. Stevens is a sad character who never truly lived his life to the fullest due to his repression of emotions, his devotion to his job, his inability to confront his past, and also his profound loneliness in pursuit of external validation, and also a reminder of the importance of embracing vulnerability and authenticity in order to connect with other people on a deeper level and truly experience the richness of life. Poor Stevens. Well, that's it for today. I hope we all learned something from Stephen's sad life. I wish you a good day and also a great life. Let's start prioritizing our happiness instead of the validation of our employers. I mean, at least that's what stuck with me. All the repressed longing. Sad, sad Stevens. Anyway, bye now. I'm going to enjoy my life. See you next time.